Welcome to another video in Google Cloud series. In this video, we are going to learn how to use Docker on Google Cloud. What is Docker? Docker is a tool that lets you package an application and everything it needs into a container so it runs the same way everywhere. Today, we are going to try Docker with simple Node.js application, just a basic hello world type example. Contents of the projects, only two files, very basic simple file. First one, JavaScript file for the application, and the Docker file is to create the Docker image. I already created the project files here. So the app.js file is very simple. Let's open with Notepad. We are loading HTTP module here and defining our host name is localhost and port 80, and we are creating an HTTP server. It will return status code 200 and the content header type is text, plain text, and it will always return hello world. And here the server will start listening to our localhost port 80, and the final one, in case we want to force, it will shut down. That's very simple, and we are going to test the hello world. And the next file is Docker file to create the Docker image. The first command is to tell Docker what would be the base image for this project. Docker will try to locate the node image in our local first. If it unable to locate, then it will go and try fetch the image from Docker Hub. So when I'm saying Docker Hub, so let's go and check. So hub.docker.com, and if we search node image, so here different images are available. Docker official image for node, this one, and these all the images are managed by Node.js Docker team. Different versions or tags are available. For our case, when we specified, so after colon we specify LTS, long-term support. So there's the version we are going to download, LTS. But from here you can specify any tag and Docker will download. For the first time, Docker will download. If that image already downloaded, Docker will reuse that. Otherwise, it will download from Docker Hub. And in next command, we are setting work directory inside the container to app. Then we are copying all our current directory's content into that working directory, that is app directory. Next, we are exposing port 80. So the container will listen on port 80. And finally, when we run, container will execute this command to run the application. So that's very simple application and very simple Docker file. And next, what we'll do, we'll build an image from this application code and then run a container based on our newly created image here. And finally, we will create different version of the applications container and run them simultaneously. All right, I'm already inside my Google Cloud console and I'm working under demo project. So first we need to activate the Cloud Shell. Continue. Authorize. So first, let's create a test folder. Before that, we would like to see our path. So right now, I'm inside my home under Masudur D directory. So let's create a test directory under this one. So right now, I'm inside my test directory. So now we need to upload our project files. So we have created two files already there. So it is under C temp directory and under my app folder. So let's try upload them. So you can create from here. This is very simple file. You can create it from here. In my case, I'm going to upload this file. So we can upload file by file, or we can upload folder. Let's choose folder. Choose folder. It's the C, then temp, and that's the folder. My app is the folder. Upload. Upload. And these two files will be uploaded, app.js and the Docker file. And where it is going to upload, so right now it's selected to the Masudur D folder, but we should change that to test folder. So the test folder we just created, under that it will upload. So these both of the files uploaded, very small file. So let's check ls. So I can see a new folder, my app. Let's go inside that. So I can see two files here, app.js and doc file. Let's check the file content. So we can see our content. So the local host port 80, and it will create a HTTP server, and it will return hello world. So that's correct. Let's check the other file. So all right, our project files are ready. So let's clear the screen, and before building the image we need to see if we have Docker already installed. Docker test version. So we can see Docker already installed, and that's the version. We are good to create Docker image from here. So first let's see if we have any existing Docker image. Docker images command will return if there any existing image there. So looks like there is no image right now. We can create a new image here. To build a Docker image, command is docker build, specify tag, first thing name of the application. For our case we can say node, and then after colon version. And then finally, where is the Docker file located? So right now we are in my app folder. So under my app we already uploaded Docker file. So the Docker file is in current one directory. So that's it. Let's hit and check. So right now Docker file downloaded, and the second command is running, setting up working directory to app, and also all our project files copied to app directory and the image already created. So let's try and see if the image created. Let's clear the screen and run the image again. So we can see a new image created here, and the size is 400 MB. This is because we downloaded Node LTS version, so that's the reason it is 400 MB. But some versions are light, like Alpine. So now we successfully created our first Docker image. Let's run this image. Let's see if anything running right now. So the command is docker ps. So right now nothing running. To run a container from an image, so the command is docker run. Then we're going to specify port. Here we're going to specify 4000 as the host port, and 80 will be the container port. And then specify name of the container. So I'm saying it's my app. We can tell it to run background. I'm specifying detach mode, so it will run in background. Name of the image, so our image name is node app. So the container is running. Let's see if any container running. So we can see one container is running. So now let's test our application if it is running. From here we can test it. So by default it is accessing 8080 port, but we configured our local host ports 4000 is the port. So let's change the port. Port is 4000. We want to test. Change and preview. So we can see hello world message. So that means our application is running. Also here we can check the log of the container. So the command is docker logs. Yeah, so the logs showing the server is running, HTTP port, localhost, and the container is listening to port 80. So now we successfully running one container. So let's try update the message into something else and run another container from new version of the code. Let's edit one file. So I'm using VA editor here. Right now it is hello world. Let's change this to hello Google Cloud. An exclamatory. Yeah, we successfully changed the file. And let's try change the Docker file as well to use a smaller version of the base image vi. So right now we are downloading LTS. Let's see what available version, smaller version we have. Let's go to hub.docker.com, check node. So there are many versions are available. So let's try download LTS Alpine 3.22. So we successfully changed the file and we changed the tags to use Alpine version instead of the LTS version. Let's create the image again. So we're going to create another image from this project files. So the project application name would be the same, but only we're changing version. So there was a typo earlier, so the version name should be something like 0.1 or 0.2, something like that. New version we can say 0.2. So that's fine. Let's run the command. So right now it is downloading Alpine version 3.22 and it is already downloaded. Let's see the newly created images. So the command is docker images. So we can see we have two images. The previous one, the version 1, that one is 400 MB, see the size, and the new one we created based on Alpine lightweight version, and that one only 56 MB. So that's how you can use different version, and you can also reduce some sizes here. Now let's run our new image and create a new container, and let's test the container. So the same command earlier we used. So our previous host port was 4000, so the new port we want, maybe we can use 8080. The container will listen to the same port 80. Our application name is my app2 application 0.2. So let's see the image, docker, yes. So you can see two containers right now running. So that is our first container, that is our second container, and first one running on port 4000, second one running on 8080. So let's try first one, preview on 4000. The first tab is returning hello world. Let's try the second one. Change port, it's 8080. Change port and preview. Yeah, we can see the new message showing up, hello Google Cloud. Wow, it's amazing. Now let's try how to stop the containers. So two of them are right now running. So the command is docker stop container name. We can pass my app, and we can see my app stopped. Let's stop my app 2 as well, 2, and we can see no containers running now, but there are stop containers. So we can see if we run all commands, so it is showing, so 2 containers were running, so now it is exited status, but still it is there. So in that case we need to remove these containers first, and then we can remove the images. We cannot directly remove the images. So let's remove rm app, and another one is my app2. So if we run all command, so right now nothing running and nothing exited. Now we can remove the images. So docker, so 2 images we have, so let's try remove. So okay, so the first one deleted, so one left, let's also delete it. So no images left, so we cleaned everything. So that's how we can build new images, and we can run containers from the images. We can run different versions of containers simultaneously. Also, we can check the running containers. If they're not necessary, we can stop them or clean them up. So in next video, I'll show you how we can publish Docker images to Google Artifact Registry. That's all for today, and thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, please like the video and subscribe for more content like this. I really appreciate your support.